We are live. We are live. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Got a background noise factor, so this particular stream here, a little slow doing it. Oregon is saying I'm having a connection problem, but my sound seems to be good on my end. Back then, in June and July of last year, when Austin first catapulted, I had told him that he needed to make sure he watched himself and that he moved a certain way and that he was diverse in his content. Um, I told him it wasn't a good idea for going to country, being seen with different women, not particularly the women he was interviewing, but particularly the women that he was dating and having fun with. I also let him know that you have to be mindful that if you make one false move, like you will be under attack. I had warned him, right? And I was the first to warn him. Eventually, after I started seeing how he was moving, running from country to country, dating a bunch of women, sleeping with different women, and talking about the likelihood of hooking up with different women and stuff like that. I shied away from him because I knew it wasn't going to end well. And with him being as young as he is, I also had to take a step back and say this guy's only 24 years old. He's been pushed into a leadership position of representation of a movement that he can't totally represent the many different types of men involved in the movement. And me being 43 years old, having more life experience and experience with women in general, I couldn't claim him as a leader. Uh, I liked what he was doing as a young guy as far as coming to realization of the odds that were stacked against him, dealing with the Western woman and the Matrix combined. But at the same time, I also uh, knew that he still had a lot of growth and maturity to do, to take place, to do. And, you know, I think the biggest thing that I recognized was when I started seeing him on early things, um, earlier on, as she started gaining momentum, and he would be on her show drinking and be intoxicated. And when you're making content, especially when you're broadcasting live, and you're projecting to an audience, um, the imagery as well as the message and the ability to communicate and have a proper discourse and dialogue does not take place when you are intoxicated. Okay, that was one of the key. That was one of the key things that made me shy away from, keeping an eye on them. Like I said, I just stopped watching them altogether. Um, Now, I'm gonna hit on the money factor um, related to being pushed into a leadership position and representation position that corresponded with the donations, the cash apps, you guys building him up financially. right? But just let me get back to the drinking. Uh, you know, this happened quite a few times. I think I observed it like three different times, and it was very disappointing that very few people. I don't recall very few people even saying anything about it other than me. Um, Particularly after that, that's when I left the Enlightened Western Men group. One of the first things that happened when I was in the Enlightened Western Men group was I was trying to tell guys that look, you know, some of you guys act like you never had women before. Some of you guys think it's all about a free for all. And I got accused of dick police, and I was like, look, bro, I'm not a dick police. What I'm trying to do is make sure you guys understand that you're going to be under a microscope, and then you're going to go mainstream. So there's going to be a big opening of the spectrum. And you want to be able to justify what you're doing. You want to keep your nose clean. You're already receiving unjustified scrutiny from the BW, the game coaches, and the dating coaches. So when you portray yourself a certain way in the public eye that is deemed not productive or constructive, and also can be uh, going into a realm of immoral or criminal, you're going to regret not listening to somebody trying to give you a sound counsel. So now I'm not saying that this man committed a crime. I'm not saying that that this man is legally liable for anything. But what I'm saying is that you have to operate in a certain way. You just have to, and you have to be very, very mindful of the proper etiquette everywhere you go. You know, when you go into different countries and stuff like that, there's different laws, customs, and traditions that you have to adjust to quickly. In a lot of cases, you should prepare for up front before you actually go there. So you are actually handle things a little bit more better uh, than, trying to wing it or learn as you go. Now, nobody can tell me that you did not see um, the being intoxicated. I mean, that's not just on Pearly Things show and the other shows that he were on, that he was a guest on. But you can go back and see in some of his own videos, some of his own streams, stuff like that, that he was doing a lot of drinking. Um, and not a sociable one or two drinks, like he was actually intoxicated. And then he talked about different women. He had this woman, that woman. I think I remember him talking about a Guatemala or Honduras woman uh, that he had met in the airport coming from Colombia, and that's after dating and being out with women in Colombia. Like the free for all thing is not a part of the passport bro movement. And if you're gonna date like you date in the U.S., like basically instead of actually dating with a purpose, you're dealing with the hookup culture, and you take that elsewhere, and you take it from country to country, and you put it on video. Uh, that is the poor message that you put out there. And then you want to say or make excuses for yourself and say you're not a passport bro and you've done, which is also going back to now we're getting into the money. All this money these guys gave you on cash ups and donations, they gave you that financial cushion, if not financial freedom. And the things you've done with the money and your own behavior, now you want to act like you didn't do anything and make excuses for yourself. Nobody said that you did anything criminal, but you did a lot of inappropriate stuff, a lot of immature stuff. And you were told. And when it came down to the question of your age and leadership, you should have took that into very strong consideration, and also, at the very minimum, started going through a learning as you go process. Um, it's very important for young guys to take advice from, you know, at least a older mentor of your own preference, if you can see the evidence of something that qualifies that person to give you that advice. At least do that. You have the right to make the choice to figure out who can give you advice and who doesn't. But you guys don't take no advice at all, right? But I warned you guys about lifting people up. I warned you guys about putting money in people's pocket. I warned you guys about, there's a way for you to put money in somebody's pocket, and there's a way for everybody to put it in each other's pocket, and to make it even all the way across the board to work together. But you guys don't want to do that, and then situations like this happen, where y'all lift a person up and they turn on you, and then they take the money and run. And they act like they done it themselves and made real world work take place, and when in actuality, they were at the mercy of the crowd that got behind them. I want you guys to understand that. And we'll talk about things related to this more, because like I said, I've been telling you I'm about to do a stream where if you want to work together to not only lift somebody else up, one person that's a leader, but where we all lift each other up, from subscriber all the way up to the content creator, that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to go ahead and organize the stream. I'm going to at least design it and put it up and schedule a date for where you guys can see. So, and there'll be some instructions in the description, right? So, guys, stay tuned. I'll do some more streams, and just start being smart, man. Just start being smart, man, because these people are characters, and they really don't have no honor, and they're really not noble. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And I started out liking this guy. I really wanted him to have success, but this guy he became arrogant. He became arrogant. We got some background noise right here. So let me get out of here. I appreciate y'all. Y'all like, share, subscribe, comment. I'll go ahead and get that stream organized and set up and scheduled. And I'll talk to you guys later. Y'all have a good day. I got another stream coming tonight. Should be able to get it done. All right. Y'all take it easy. Like, share, subscribe, comment.